What happens after the lights go out? When communication goes dark? The only reason we're all here right now is through the power of communication. The technology that allowed us all to talk simultaneously to each other and get the word out on the issues within our market and the potential with AMC and GME. So what happens if the number one tool that we have is taken away? A lot of the seasoned apes probably know where this is going, so this will be more of just a refresher. But for the newer apes, pay attention and listen closely, because you need to know this. Power of communication is how we got here, and it's how our enemies are going to attempt to thwart our efforts after this begins. I would be shocked if things don't play out like this. I fully expect communication to go down. Reddit, YouTube, Twitter, you name it, right? YouTube channels, some people's YouTube channels are going to go dark. Reddit's going to go down. It's going to be all out warfare on the communication end, right? Now, how would they do that? It's something called a DDoS attack, DDoS, if you've never heard of that before. And it's relatively simple. You simply overload the server that a certain website is on, causing it to crash, causing it to go down. And it's relatively easy for someone to do because it doesn't require an individual person on a device to make it happen. You could easily set up a bot farm to spam commands to a website over and over and over again until the whole thing gets overloaded. It happens all the time. Political websites and what have you, they suffer DDoS attacks quite frequently. If you actually take the time to look up DDoS attacks, they do happen frequently. They're not hard to manufacture. And I'd bet my top dollar it's exactly what these bad actors are going to employ once this kicks off. Now, most apes, they're getting their DD, they're getting their communication through Reddit. Now, the fallback, and this was, I call contingency plan G, contingency plan golf. Most apes came up with this back during the Battle of 801. It was really hilarious. And it's the Gangnam Style YouTube video. That K-pop music video, that song from like 2012, I think. 2013. No, 2012. Yeah, it's that decade old song that kind of put K-pop on the map here in America. At least I think that's what it did. Personally, I can't stand the song. I don't like it. So when we meet there, I'm going to be pausing the video. But if you like it, then hey, you got something to listen to while we're all there. And what do I mean by that? If you go to that YouTube, and you can look this up right now. If you go to that YouTube video, make sure it's the official one, not a re-upload or anything. The official, I think the band or the guy's name is like PYS or PSY, something like that. The official music video. Go to the comments section and make sure you sort the filter by newest comments. And you'll see a few people in there saying that they're still listening to it in 2022, like they're special or whatever. But you have all the apes checking in. And what's today's date? The ninth, yeah. So a funny thing happened today, this morning. The Weeble comments. A lot of people use Weeble. Some people don't use it as their preferred brokerage platform, but they use the comment section as just a way to communicate and just kind of get a read on the shills in the community and voice their opinion on the stocks, right? Weeble, without really without any guidance, without really saying anything. If you went to the Weeble chat, it didn't have any user-based comments. And when I looked at this morning, I thought it was very odd. I'm like, why? This is the most, number one popularity, most talked about stock. Why is why are there no comments here? All I see is like price alerts and news articles. And it turns out there was this little, I honestly forget how I actually got to it, but there was this little user agreement thing that you had to accept and then recheck the box that says user comments, and then it puts them back in. Keep in mind, like I said, it wasn't very user friendly. It wasn't very well explained that that's what you had to do to get the user comments back. You kind of had to fish for it. Do I think that's by accident? The skeptic in me says absolutely not. Weeble's a pretty user-friendly platform. It's why I got into it back in the day, because it was much more user-friendly than something like, say, Fidelity. So, I don't know. That's besides the point. When the Weeble comments, people thought the comment section went down entirely. On top of that, Stonko Tracker was 404 last night for a while. And so there you go. There's a main source of data, and there's a main line of communication down. And God bless the 801 apes. They followed the contingency plan, and they met up in the Gangnam Style YouTube video. The chats. A bunch of them, GME and AMC, checking in, saying what's up, saying we're here, and saying we're still holding. And it's such a breath of fresh air to know that the contingency plan that was set up over a year ago, that no one's talked about really since. We set it up last year. We practiced it. We did a dry. We did I remember a dry run or two, um, coordinated through Reddit. And it's funny. You can go and look through the comments on that video as well, and go back a year and see, you know, comments from a year ago of all the apes checking in. It's humorous, and it shows our strength, and it shows how effective we are as a group, as a community, against these hedge funds. They can't stop us. They really can't. They're gonna try, but I mean, come on. Who as a group, as a bunch of people who don't know each other, how do you get a bunch of people to agree to go to a K-pop music video from a decade ago like that, and everyone just knows to do it? It's crazy to me. It's kind of mind-boggling. It's humorous to say the least. I always get a big smile on my face when I see the plan in action, because it really is something else. But I'll stop gushing over it and move on. Uh, so next obvious question some of the new rapes might have is, what if they take down YouTube entirely? I don't see them able to black out all of social media in its entirety. You gotta think, we have Reddit, we have Twitter, we have Facebook, we have YouTubes, we have what's the other one? I'm not on very many social media, but I think there's one more out there. Anyway, um, point is, it doesn't matter. We have proven, we've proven in the past, we find each other. We always do. We always find each other. So I'm not too worried about that. If my personal opinion now, could they weasel a deal with YouTube to try to get the original video that has, I think it set the record for getting like the first billion and then the first 2 billion views. Could they try to get that taken down somehow? Uh, I don't think so, but anything's possible, right? So let's just say, yeah, it did. I would just say go to the next logical conclusion. What's the next logical step? As you can see, there are a ton of re-uploads of that music video out there. So, logical step process for me, find the next one, pop in there and just leave my comment saying, AMC, GME, still here, still holding. And we can all use that. I know personally, I use Discord to talk to people I know. I know there's like Discord chats out there that, people, it's like public groups that people can just join and they're all strangers. I don't mess around with anything like that. I don't talk to strangers on the internet like that. Um, but I have Discords for groups of people that I do know in real life, and they are in this play. We discuss it on a near daily basis. We pay attention to what's going on, and we bounce confirmation about things back and forth between each other. So if you don't have that, I suggest you start. Have a group of people that you know that are in this play. You have similar end goals. And it doesn't have to be Discord. You can make it, a group text, WhatsApp, whatever. One of those. Just to have some sort of communication. Even if it's just one other person. Because the last thing you need to have happen while the MOASS is kicking off is to be alone. If you're sitting there alone and you don't have camaraderie with the rest of the apes, even if it's just one, that is going to make you more prone to fear. That's going to have you struggle with your conviction, which is exactly what the shorts want to do. So don't give them that. Like I said, we've proven to be resourceful. No matter what happens, we're gonna find each other, right? We're gonna find each other. We're gonna hold through this. I just want to put this out there for the apes that are new and didn't know about it, and a refresher for those who may have forgotten, or maybe just haven't heard about this till now. As always, this isn't financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor. I'm an ape just like you, and I will see you on the moon.